But in the meantime, the nation's largest auto retailer is out with its September sales data. Despite a sluggish economy, domestic and luxury vehicles, this is surprising, saw double-digit gains from a year ago. Put that in the context of what's going on in the market now. Joining us now, Mike Jackson, one of our favorites, Chairman and CEO of AutoNation. Good to see you, Mike. Why don't you walk us through the numbers first, and then I want to actually talk about what it means, because we've been having a lot of conversation around this table about what looks like good numbers in the marketplace, and yet the market taking it all the wrong way.
Absolutely, Andrew. Good morning. I hope you're feeling better soon.
Thanks. Sorry about that.
For the auto industry, despite all the doom and gloom, we had a sales increase of 3%, led by the Detroit 3 up 17%, and our premium luxury business up 16%. We still have supply issues with Honda and Toyota. Our Toyota business was down 10%. Honda was down 30%. We expect that supply situation to improve in the fourth quarter. Turning to the industry, for the first time since the earthquake disrupted supply back in April, we have a selling rate over 13 million units compared to just under 12 million units last year. So what I've been saying for 6 months is the earthquake is a detour for the automotive recovery, and that once the supply improves, the recovery will resume. So this is one bright spot in the U.S. economy. And my conviction on this issue is grounded in a genuine replacement need. People have pushed off the purchase of vehicles for 3 or 4 years during this dramatic downturn. Average age is up to 11 years. And the industry continued to invest in new product during the downturn. So you have this combination of an urgent replacement need with exciting new products.
Mike, are you saying...
And for the economy, this means the Detroit 3 are hiring. They're adding tens of thousands of jobs, which will ripple through the entire economy and the manufacturing base.
Mike, so this is what I'm trying to understand. Literally, the conversation we had this morning, the markets are down. Everyone's expecting or now trying to price in a double dip. And yet you're on the other side of the camera telling me that you're not even seeing any slowdown. In fact, you're seeing an increase. So how do you square that?
Well, I think you have to put the total sales figure in context. So we're talking a selling rate of 13 million, which if I went back 5 years ago when we were discussing 13 million, I would be saying, well, my God, that's a great recession or depression. So the absolute number is still very depressed. But compared to where it was, down at 10 million, at least you have one industry that is growing. And the industry really got its act together during the downturn and really restructured. Okay, it took a government task force to give the painful medicine. Pains me as a Republican to say that. But this is one industry that really has its act together. It doesn't have a hangover with inventories. The decks have been cleared, and there's a genuine replacement need. So the American consumers need new vehicles. The industry is there with exciting new products, and we do have reasonable credit and financing available in the auto industry. Now, if I talk to colleagues in other industries, whether it's home mortgages or commercial real estate, there's still credit issues. But for the auto industry, we have reasonably good credit. That's how I square your circle.
Mike, that's exactly where I wanted to go. Reasonable credit opportunities or credit access. What does that exactly mean if I come in and I want to buy a new car? What does reasonable credit mean to you?
So, Gary, let me compare that with, say, 05, 06. Back then, you would need a down payment for your car, and you would take it on a home equity line and immediately purchase the car. Well, that game is over. So we've been telling customers for 2 years, 3 years, listen, you're going to have to come up with a down payment of 10, 15, 20% to buy this car. The consumer says, I really need it. I'll be back. I'm going to go save for that down payment. And now they're coming back with that down payment. But we have, with a reasonable down payment, we have the full spectrum of credit available today, from subprime to leasing to near prime to prime.
Bob, are you seeing similar credit trends and credit availability for those that come to your auto dealership?
Yeah, I think Mike has it exactly right. I mean, there is credit available for purchasing cars. People need to replace their cars. You know, if you can't buy a house or you can't refurnish your house, you buy a car. Yeah. And so we've been, like I said, our businesses in the automobile business is doing about 28% cash-on-cash return. So I'm very excited about that business.
Hey, Mike.
Mike, Gary, one other point to Gary on the credit issue. What the banks have seen is during this great crash is that in the auto industry, people did not default on their loans. Our default rate never went above 1% through the whole downturn, meaning you have a situation where people will make their car payment before they make their house payment. Also, and Robert will confirm this, all the banks and captive finance companies that financed auto inventory for dealers never lost a penny through the downturn. So the finance industry is looking at the auto industry and say, wow, that's a resilient business. I got the confidence to lend in that industry.
A lot easier to repossess a car than it is to foreclose on a house.
Well, the other thing is that with the change in the auto industry overall, there was a rationalization of the number of dealers that were out there. So you limited the number of dealers, giving those dealers who were the best in moving cars off the lot an opportunity to gain more territory, gain more customers, and provide a better customer service. So it's one of the bright spots. I think Mike is absolutely right.
I'm just going to rib you, Mike. Harwood, apparently you guys became BFFs after your last appearance, and he says that you totally came around to his side of things on all those issues. So I was surprised.
I should have had a tape recorder then. What I was trying to say to Harwood and confirmed I think the big mistake was Obama's pivot away from the economy.
We got to leave it there, Mike. Thanks so much, Robert. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you guys soon.